Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you very much to the Foundation for this opportunity. It's a pleasure for ASTI Mobile Robotics to close this new edition of the STEM Talent Girl program. As you know, the objective of this session is for you to get to know the experience of women who develop their careers in the STEM areas, in particular in this case within ASTI Mobile Robotics. But first, we are going to give you a brief introduction about ASTI Mobile Robotics. So I think it will help you to better understand how their day-to-day work is. Now let's move on a presentation. And here it is. ASTI Tech Group. ASTI Tech Group is a diversified group specialized in engineering and automation technology. It's made up by the foundation that all you know here, and ASTI Mobile Robotics, which has offices in Spain, France, Germany, and the States. Today we have the pleasure to count with colleagues from Spain and Germany. And let's talk deeper about ASTI Mobile Robotics. ASTI Mobile Robotics was founded in 1982 by Ángel Pascual and Colette Boé. At that time, it operated only in the national market, and it was dedicated to the creation of handling systems. There is conveyors, manipulators, and they started to build the first automated guided vehicles, which are the core business of ASTI right now. In the picture, for example, you can see an installation of conveyors at Cellophane Factory here in Burgos. Then, in 2008, Verónica Pascual, their daughter, acquired the company and became the CEO. Since then, we have been growing, and now we are a global company working with clients around the world in more than 20 countries. So we say ASTI is a key player in Industry 4.0. We design, develop, manufacture, implement, and maintain automated guided vehicles, also known as AGVs. But what is an AGV? Well, we could say an AGV is a robot which moves automatically from one place to another, transporting a load, for example, a pallet or a box. Later, we'll show you a video so you can better understand what I mean. And well, in the story of ASTI, we have some points that we would like to highlight. One of them was in 2017, ASTI received the award of PSA Supplier Award as Best Supplier in Value Creation and Service. For those of you who don't know it, PSA is a car manufacturer, and some of their most important brands are, for example, Peugeot or Citroën. Then in 2018, ASTI received the prize or the recognition as Best Spanish Company. In the picture, you can see our CEO, Verónica Pascual, with the president, Pedro Sánchez. ASTI also has been included in the top 100 digital champions in Europe by Financial Times and Google. And then Verónica Pascual has been included in the top Spain's most innovative business person according to Forbes. Now I'm going to show you a video in which you can see our AGVs, our models. And as you can see, we have different kind of models to automate different kind of applications and to transport different kind of loads. We can be included in applications like intralogistics, assembly lines, box handling, outdoor applications. We work with industries from different kinds, like, for example, automotive, food and beverage, pharma, e-commerce, logistics, manufacturing. And we have clients around the world, for example, Opel, Seat, Glaxo, I don't know, Calidad Pascual, L'Oreal, many of them. And last year, our contribution to fight against COVID-19 was this creation, Sensor Robot, which is a robot equipped with ultraviolet light, which disinfects the environment thanks to this special technology. We say we are key players of Industry 4.0 because our AGVs are connected to all the elements of the plant, and they give our clients and us too a lot of information about their performance, if everything is going okay, and so on. Well, some of our main clients, as we said before, are main companies, and all of this is possible thanks to the most important component here at ASTI, which is people, our team ASTI. Long time ago, we realized that it's not just a matter of technology. The key of Industry 4.0 is people. That is why we decided to create a talent platform, which is divided into the foundation and the employability programs. As we can see, on the one side, we have the foundation, which is responsible to develop STEM talent from an early age. We can find the STEM talent kids from the age of 5, the STEM talent girl program that all you know here, who seeks to empower and educate young women to develop their careers on STEM areas. Then we have the robotics challenge. We are going to talk about it later. And on the other side, we have the employability programs, which helps ASTI to recruit talent for the company. We have the ASTI Academy program, which is for vocational degrees graduates, the ASTI College, which is for university graduates, and then the ASTI Skills. Talking about the challenge of robotics, this year it's going to take place the 5th of June here in Burgos. Fortunately, this year it can take place in a face-to-face format. Last year we couldn't because of COVID. But for those of you who cannot attend because you cannot come here, don't worry because it's going to be streamed online. We want to show you how well we spent this time 2 years ago in 2019 in the last face-to-face edition of the robotics. So I'm going to show you a video.
Walk through life, every day is a new beginning. Shine your light, it's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, that takes control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day, and everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better.
Well, so now it's the time of our first speaker. Lorena, are you there?
I'm going to connect the camera. Good morning to all of you.
Well, Lorena, I think you are famous here, or someone told me you are famous. Well, she is the Digital Transformation Director of ASTI Mobile Robotics. And well, thank you for being here today. And when you are ready, we start.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Daphne. All right. So, thank you so much, girls, for staying here with us. The idea is to show you how is a day in a life in the digital transformation inside a company like ASTI Mobile Robotics. I call this experience like a digital life from 1.0 to 5.0, Later, you are going to know exactly what is the meaning of 5.0. Okay, thank you so much. Next. Well, the first one, I was born in Burgos. I don't know if some of you are from Burgos, but if you are not being here, never. So the idea is to come here and know ASTI Mobile Robotics in Madrid-Alejo del Norte, and even know our town that is marvelous, and I really love our cathedral. So you are invited to come here. I was born in Burgos in 1984, some years ago. And something related with my experience is that when I was in the high study, I had a lot of doubts about study of technology or health sciences. That's the idea because I selected to study both of the bachelors, technology and health sciences. And later, when I had to decide it, I decided to go deeper into computer engineering. Okay, I think that this is something that I told in another master classes. I think that the key was in my first communion because my family gave me a computer, and it was like, okay, I completely falling in love with the computer and with the progress that you can make with the computer. Okay, so maybe my passion came here from a lot of years ago. And later I had to continue studying different kind of training, different kind of courses, and something that I really, really recommend you is to stay always learning. It's like to be always a student. Okay, it's not okay. It's not enough to do the career. It's not enough. So the idea is to stay always learning, because the learn you more, the more you are going to earn, but not only in money, in all in your life. Okay. And so later in my work experience, I started in the Council of Burgos with an internship in the IT department. That was really important to me, not for the hard skill. It was most important for the soft skill, because something that, I mean, in our class, I think at the moment is completely different. In a school or even at university, they don't tell you how to develop inside a company, how to treat other people. So for me, it was very important this part. Later, I started as working in Caja de Burgos, the Bank of Burgos, as a software engineer. I mean, I think that I spent a lot of hours with many figures and trying to obtain the most valuable figures. And at 2013, I started in ASTI Mobile Robotics, and this is like a break point in my life. I really fall in love with not only with the computer, I fall in love with the mobile robotics, with the ATVs, as Dana has told you. And I have been developing different positions, and nowadays at the moment I am digital transformation director of the company. Thank you. Next. Okay, something related to me. At the moment, I am a director, but it's like I said before, I really, really love programming. I really love spend time with my team programming, or even to program at home. So I think that this is something that is really important, to get in touch with the low part of the job. Next one. And I also enjoy motivating and leading teams. I mean, whatever you are going to do in your life, girls, if you do it as a team, you are going to accomplish it in a better way. You are going to accomplish it before, and you are going to be even more happy if you do them alone. Okay. In this photo, this is the digital transformation department. This is from I think that this was for the not the previous Christmas, the previous period because of the COVID. But I think that it's important to spend time not at work, even outside the work with your colleagues. Next one. And this is something that I always remind me. The idea is that I really, really want to accept new challenges, not to do always the same thing. So I think that this is something that is really important. And of course, never give up during the path. Because if you fail over, in some moment, I completely sure that you are going to do what you really want to do. Okay, so the idea is never give up and follow your dreams. And something that I really want to show with you is this Thomas Alva Edison sentences. It's like genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. I had this sentence in my office because I had to remember me every day that hard working is the most important thing. And even a genius like Thomas Edison has told us it. So hard working is the most important thing in your life, in your personal life, and in your professional life. Next one. And of course, I had spare time as well. So in my free time, I really like to travel. This is a photo in Bali, previous to the pandemic. Thank you, God, I had the opportunity to spare some time because it was a lot of time we have traveling. And I really like to spend time with my family and friends. This photo is my mother. My mother for me, I think that is the most important thing in my life. And to do some exercise, because it's not only studying, it's not only working. I think that the idea of having a good mental and a good body is really, really important for us. And last but not least is my little hamster. I really love nature and especially animals, and this is my little hamster, my Robotic hamster. Next one. ASTI Mobile Robotics. I told you that I have started at ASTI Mobile Robotics in 2013, and it was like, wow, that's incredible, because I didn't know ASTI Mobile Robotics, and I was from Burgos, but it was incredible. As you can see in these different videos, the ideas of many different kind of robots that they are working without any kind of cables and so on is incredible. It's like, okay, this robot is moving around and without any control and so on. So the idea of working here is really, really a passion for me. Many people that don't understand what is exactly an AGV, I told them that this is like the Roomba of our home, but instead of cleaning, they can do whatever we want. So this is our AGVs, as you can see here. Next one, Daphne. Okay, digital transformation. What is digital transformation inside a company like ASTI Mobile Robotics? Because we develop autonomous robots, so we are a key player inside the industry 4.0. But the idea with the digital transformation area inside the company is to work in to put additional value to these autonomous robots. Okay. The Industry 4.0 concept is really important related to technology. At the moment, we are working especially in cloud computing, big data, simulation, and Internet of Things. But something that is for me even more important is the new concept that they are talking a lot at this precise moment, that is Industry 5.0. That's the reason why I put from 1.0 to 5.0. And why is for me really important? Because of the human-centric, okay? Because many people talk about the technology and about the machine learning, artificial intelligence, and so on. But what is the most important thing is to be in a perspective of human-centric and, of course, sustainable and, of course, resilient. Most in the case of the pandemic, that we have to be really resilient with our future. So that's the reason why I always talk about Industry 5.0 instead of 4.0. Okay, next one. And this is an example of the different projects that we have been doing inside the digital transformation area in the company. We call it ASTI Digital Factory. So the idea is to digitalize all the different components of the AGVs and the idea of gathering all the different images of the AGVs with a mobile phone or with a tablet, as you can see in the photo. What do we really want to obtain with this project? This project has started, I think, that 3 years ago, and it's the idea of a paperless factory and a factory moved by data. Because I think that if you don't know, the data is the new goal for this new century. So the idea is to try to obtain all the data of the AGVs during the factory process and so on. So this is our project ASTI Digital Factory. And the next one, Ragnar. ASTI Connected Services is like our special project, because with this project, what we are trying to do is connect all the different AGVs that we have in different places of the world, connecting through IoT, the Internet of Things communication. The Internet of Things communication, you are going to be able to obtain data from an AGV, and even to communicate to the AGV to obtain black boxes or to change the software or the firmware of the AGV. So this is really important for us, because we have many AGVs in many different places of the world, and with this kind of solution, you are not going to need to go to the AGV to perform a maintenance and so on. And we are starting to work with 5G technology. 5G technology is going to be a really revolutionary technology in terms of the speed of and the latency of the communication. Okay, what do we really want to obtain with this solution? This is an industrial IoT platform. In what we really want to obtain is to improve the productivity processes of our client based on intelligent data analysis of the data that we receive from the AGVs. And the client is able to see in a really visual and interactive reporting even the position of the AGVs, if the AGV has some progress and so on, and they are able to compare different kind of alerts if we encounter some kind of progress on the AGV. Okay. And last, we are able to provide some kind of access to this cloud platform, so APIs connectivity. If you don't know what is solid space connectivity, I can give you an explanation, but maybe in another moment or during the chat. Next one. And that's all from my part. I really thank you, girls. For me, this is really important to stay here as the ceremony closer of this event. I really had a special feeling for Stintal and Gera, and for the marvelous girls or women that are behind the scenes. And at last, remember, don't set your limits and fight for your dream. Okay, thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, Lorena, for your talk. Really interesting one. Then we have the questions at the end of the session. Now it's the turn for our colleagues from Germany. Petra, Enya, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Okay. Hello. Well, we have Enya, who works in the technical department of Germany, and Petra, who is part of the sales team. And with them, we have Andre, who is the responsible of communications there in Germany. So if you are ready, I can share my screen.
Yes, we are.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Buenas tardes. Very many greetings from Germany. We are very pleased to be to take part in this this wonderful opportunity, and we prepared here in Germany an interview together with Enya and Petra. I'm going to start with Petra, and then I'm going to continue with Enya. Well, Petra, let's start with you. Why did you choose actually a technical profession?
Oh yes, answer is very simple. Both parents are engineers, and they often chatted about technical problems at our dinner table. And in all my summer holidays, I worked in the factory where my parents worked. And you see me here at the punch. And I must say, I loved this machine. I loved the oily smell of the factory floor, the sound of the machines, and of the forklifts. And I like the rough atmosphere among the workers, and it was very familiar to me. And then I studied mechanical engineering, and together with a few girls, and no,
not yet,
not yet. Together with a few girls and many boys. And after that, I worked for some time as a factory planner. And now the next, please.
And then you did not continue to work as a factory planner, is that right?
Yes, later I was very interested in environmental protection, especially in solar energy. And for many years I was engaged in solar energy for heating and for power generation. And I climbed on roofs and plant installations. And the next step in my professional life was working in a learning factory. The next one, please.
Yeah.
Thanks. Learning factories are models of realistic production environment, and they are also learning places through active participation. And I worked here with children and young people, and the little ones assembled pocket lamps and made solar beetles. And the older ones learned a lot about the production of workpieces. And we also organize company visits and workshops. And on this picture, you will see in the background the learning factory. And this vocational school class first got a training course with electrical unicycles. It was very funny. And afterwards, we visited several companies in our technology park, a battery manufacturer, a fuel cell supplier, a car provider with electric cars and charging stations, and in systems. Now, ASTI Germany, the manufacturer of transport robots. And you remember, Andre, on this day, the young people got to know a lot about different job profiles and apprenticeships.
All right, so you've been working a long time together with kids, explaining them Industry 4.0 and how the technology works. What do you think? What were the main things that you took from this work that helps you right now for your work?
Yes, I had a lot to do with new digital technologies there, Industry 4.0, 3D print, smart factory, Internet of Things. We had many events there on these topics, not only for the pupils, also for companies. And this helps me to understand the needs of our customer by ASTI, to respond to their questions and to explain technical issues in a simple and understandable way.
Okay, and what do you do right now at ASTI Germany? What is your job?
I work in the sales team. I'm the first contact of a customer in our company. I discuss the requirements with the client, give him first information about the vehicles, and I'm involved in the preparation of the offer. And after that, I keep in touch with our customers at best until the order.
I can imagine that customers can be can have very high expectations from time to time. What is your secret recipe to make our customers satisfied?
Yeah, like everywhere else, listen well, respond to the customer, offer a suitable solution, accompany the customer during the introduction of a new technology.
And selling robots is, I can imagine, somehow different than selling cars or, let's say, cosmetics. What kind of technical skills does it take, or do you need? What do you think?
We have seen in the presentation from Lorena, we have about 20 different vehicles for transport, several loads, different types of navigation, different loading concepts. Besides communication skills, you need technical understanding. You must be able to read drawings and layouts, and a bit of mathematics is not bad for writing offers.
Thank you very much, Peter. And now switching over to Anya from the sales team to the technical documentation. All right, Anya, starting with the first question, what did you do before coming to ASTI?
Before I came to ASTI, I studied mathematics until a bachelor degree at a university in Berlin. So yeah, during my studies, of course, I did some internships one at the German Mathematics Association. There I worked a lot with kids, so I helped them organize an advent calendar for school children. So every day in December, they were able to open a digital door to solve a mathematical problem, and in the end get some prizes for the best solutions and so on. So yeah, I also did an internship at an institute for climate impact research. They were using measurement data and mathematical models to try to make predictions about climate development and its effects. Yeah, and after my studies, I worked for 6 months as a teaching assistant for German and mathematics at several schools in Berlin, where I was supporting pupils with learning difficulties. Yeah. And since the days from my own school time, so already during my school days, and still until today, I organize a math camp for pupils from grade 5 to 12 with a team of teachers from my old school and other former students. And yeah, every year we hold various workshops, you can see this in the pictures, and organize a math rally, which is on the left side, where we sometimes take on some costumes. So we always have a topic like pirates or vampires or Harry Potter. This was the picture. And yeah, so just try everything to motivate the children to learn math over a weekend on topics that are not normally taught at school. So we try always to find topics for the workshops which are different from the school stuff. And yeah, besides that, with the same team, we are organizing inter-school math competitions every year and a few events around it. So it's very fun.
Listening to all that sounds pretty interesting. You've been in a math club. You've been teaching students. You have a BA degree in math. Why did you become a teacher at all?
Yeah, as much as I love mathematics and enjoy working with interested students, that's even the point. I like them to be interested on mathematical topics. So yeah, but I found during my studies that mathematics alone is too theoretical for me in the long term. So I wanted to do something more practical in the industry, which is why I decided not to do a master's degree after graduating, but to do an apprenticeship in business administration at ASTI.
And coming to ASTI, what do you do here right now?
I'm here responsible, so besides other things, responsible for preparing the technical documentation for our customers. And yeah, to do this, I have to collect the necessary technical documents from my colleagues, like drawings, electrical schematics, software files, descriptions, pictures, so on. And then I have to write the operating instructions for the customers and present him all the documents.
Technical documentation, I imagine, requires lots of patience, I think, and you must be very precise in what you do. What else do you think is important for your work?
Yeah, you should definitely have good communication skills, because you have to interact a lot with your colleagues and collect the information you need from them. And yeah, in addition, customers will probably like it if you can explain well and clearly, and if they are able to make sense out of the operating instructions you're giving them. And yeah, apart from that, a certain basic technical understanding, of course, helps, and you should be willing to learn something new every day, because everything is always changing.
I think this counts for every job, but can you remember any documentary in the last years that particularly challenged you at all?
Every project is different, and therefore every documentation is different. So of course, at the beginning it was more challenging for me, because I was missing a lot of basic knowledge and I had to familiarize myself with everything. And in the meantime, I feel a bit more confident about the basic stuff. But every project is always customized, and so there are always new things in it, and yeah, I learn a lot through discussions with my colleagues with every project.
Okay, maybe 2 last questions before coming to the end to both of you. What do you think, Peter, why are there so few women in robotics?
Oh, there are not only few girls in robotics. The situation is generally not good in the technical professions. There are too few role models. No one can develop the desire for a profession he doesn't know. And yeah, what do you young girls know? The parents' profession, the school life, everything that happens in their everyday life, the visit to the doctor, shopping in the city, and then we have the stereotypes. The boys work at the garage, the girls in the care. In the STEAM subjects, we have nearly equality between boys and girls in Germany, but it is only because that most of the girls we find in the STEM subjects study for a teaching degree. And then girls like to choose STEM subjects with ecological, medical, or creative connections. They then study bioinformatics, regenerative energies, media and health technology, and in the engineering sciences are still strongly dominated by men.
And what about you, Enya? What's your opinion about that?
I think that robotics in general is still a not so present area in our daily lives. So many people are only just starting to get in touch with it now that there are more and more robots for the use at home, like Lorena mentioned before, the vacuum cleaners and so on. So, and even then, children only come into contact with these things if they have parents who are interested in technology. And unfortunately, the topic is still not discussed enough in schools.
Okay, and what needs to be changed? What must be different in the system that girls decide or can be motivated to go into robotics?
Yes, we need role models. Also women who are successful in technical professions and share their passion. And girls must be encouraged to pick up tools themselves. They need to learn that technology associated with fun. And they need to learn more about professions that they're not in the present of her everyday life. And I think technology should also be an interesting topic of conversation among girls.
Yeah, and Enya, what is your opinion?
Yeah, besides of that, also the society and its view on women in technical jobs has to change. So that we have some work in that to do. I noticed lately in a talk with a friend. She works as a technician in a dialysis center, so it's some health thing, but she is responsible for all the technical stuff there. And she's often not taken seriously by the manufacturing companies or even the nursing stuff. So the number of times she's told on the phone that she must have dialed the wrong number or that she should please pass the phone on to the, of course, male technician in charge is quite shocking. And I wouldn't have thought that this is still the way things are done today. So I can understand it when girls don't even decide on such a profession when their abilities are constantly questioned. Something generally has to change in everyone's attitude. Fortunately, I do not have such an experience, so which gives me the hope that something is indeed changing, but we have to do more in this.
Thank you very much to you. We are at the end, and thank you very much for the time. And we are happy to answer the questions that appear at the end of the presentation and to discuss this topic. Thank you, Daphne.
Well, thank you for your point of view. Very interesting, your experience and your way of thinking. For sure, you are right in many of the things you are saying, and we have this kind of programs to make young girls to decide to develop their careers on STEM, just to try to make the change in the world. And well, this is the time for the last speaker, Jimena Casas. Are you there?
Yeah, hi everyone. Good afternoon.
Hi, Jimena. Well, Jimena works in the commercial engineering department here in Burgos. She works like in the same department as Petra, but she does different things. She's going to tell us her experience. Are you ready to start?
For sure. Thank you very much for the opportunity being here and sharing my experiences. So, well, thank you again. My name is Jimena and I'm 27 years old. Well, I would like today to present you the 6 main pillars of my career and how I get to be working here in ASTI in mobile robotics in the commercial department. So, well, I'm sure you have all heard about the importance of languages, but in this case, and I will steal what Lorena said at the beginning of the presentation, I think it's not only important to learn languages, which is, I'm sure you have heard it 1,000 times, languages as English, German, French, and so on, but also programming. Programming is also a new language that is becoming very, very important in technology companies, and I really encourage you to learn it, because, as Lorena has said, it's really funny once that you really learn it, and you can use it, in mostly in every work in technology companies right now. So, well, I studied industrial design and product development at the University of Valladolid. To be honest, at first I wasn't sure what I wanted to study. I was about to enroll myself in philosophy, but then finally I decided to study an engineering, because it makes for me all the sense, because one of the two things that I'm more passionate about is creativeness and technique. So that's the reason at the end I choose this degree, and I'm happy. I think it's one of the best decisions I made. After that, I thought that environment, quality, and risk management was something I really like it. However, I started working in Renault in these areas, and I realized that well, it wasn't what I was expecting, and that was when I finally decided to change and start working for Gestam, which is an international company from Spain and in the automotive industry. And you will say I'm talking about Renault, now Gestam. So mainly I've been working during the 5 past years in automotive industry, which is not also very common for women. Well, in Gestam I start working in the commercial department and project management, and suddenly I was really surprised because I discovered that I really like it. And if you asked me a couple of years ago, I would never say that I be a good fit for a sales team. That's when I start traveling, practicing the languages that I've learned during the high school and the university. And then I decided that I needed some soft skills like global business leadership and management, and I enrolled myself in a MicroMaster at the University of Arizona. It was an online one, and well, here is when you realize that although you can do an Erasmus and traveling and so on, is at the point when you really understand, you really start to get to know some other people from other cultures, other kind of studies, roles, religions, and so on. And it was really enriching for me, and that's when I discovered, that 100% I was, let's say, in love with commercial and management skills. Well, then I had the opportunity to come here to Burgos to start working at ASTI in the commercial department, and I'm working in the business development department in the automotive unit. Working with customers to provide AGV transport solutions. So we work since the very first moment when the project is received, analyzed, we propose a solution, we analyze all the technical point of view, but we also work on the face-to-face work with our customers. And that's very important because well, I remember when I was at the university, I thought that engineers only work in front of a PC without talking with anyone else. And it's true that I spend most of the day in front of the PC, but I'm always talking with people per email, per telephone, in this kind of meetings. So I think it's one of the good points of STEM that we connect everything together. And again, talking about what Lorena said, Industry 5.0 will make a difference on how we understand technology and how we center everything in humans, which is for sure the most important thing. So finally, I decided to start studying business administration, an MBA, which I'm studying right now, just to be able to connect all the multidisciplinary departments and teams that I normally work with. And well, I want to finalize this first slide with something that Lorena also was talking about, is the hobbies, is what we love. So when we talk about what to do in the future, I think most of the people remember us, professors, teachers, and so on, that it's very important to choose something that you like and you enjoy to study. But I think that we also need to take into account that hobbies are a very important point, and we need to focus also on what kind of things makes us happy. And because of this last year pandemic, we have realized that sports, gastronomy, cooking, and so on was more important than ever. Well, now I will show you in the next slide, which is my day-to-day. You will see here main of the all these pictures, main of the factories that I've been visiting for the past 3 years, when we receive a project to start talking with the customer, and then we go to visit them, to check the factories, to know all the team, and that's really interesting. It's true that traveling because of business have a lot of advantages, but also disadvantages. It's true that normally it's very stressful to take a lot of planes, but at the end, satisfaction to fulfill a project and seeing the process from the very beginning to the last point when the project is implemented is very satisfying, and I think is one of the best feelings that I have in my work. And to final the presentation, I just want to sum up what's the 3 points that I would have liked someone to tell me when I was starting to decide what to study, and is what is the future, because future is technology. I think I know it sounds very obvious, but well, it's not only STEM, but also a lot of other degrees. I was wondering to study philosophy, and it will become a very important degree in the future because of the vehicle, the autonomous vehicle, and so on, and the ethic. But engineering is always connecting with this kind of technology developments, engineering, mathematics, physics, and I think all of these jobs have the good point that is very satisfying and very enjoyable. And that's, well, I'm really passionate also about art, and there is a phrase that from Picasso that says that inspiration exists, but it has to find you working, and that's the reason I also copy Lorena, is don't set your limits. For sure, there are some parts of studying STEM that are hard. For me, it was pretty much, well, I just needed to work harder to get to my goal. And if you work, at the end, the results are coming. So yeah, even a genius needs to be working like Picasso. And finally, regarding conciliation, I think it's also connected to the part of hobbies. I think it's super important, that we not only think in what we should study, but also what is the things that make us happy. Because I never thought that programming was going to be one of my hobbies, and suddenly it appears that I really enjoy it, and I use it. Although I work in a sales team, I use it for myself, to make my job easier, and I really enjoy it. So I encourage you really to ask questions for all of us, to try to know, and to test and try what you would like to experience in your future. And I'm sure that everyone that is here will be for sure happy to help you. And well, hopefully you enjoy this seminar with us. And if you have any question, we are 100% available for you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Jimena, for your talk. It's been really interesting how you decide to do what you do. For sure, I never thought neither that a engineer could be a commercial engineer and talk to people and be nice and this kind of things. But yeah, yeah, it's another point of view. So now I think it's the turn for Carmen. Carmen, who is from the foundation, who runs the challenge, the robotic challenge. I think she wants to tell us something.
Daphne, hi.
Yes.
Did you have the chance to put the girls the last video from the last event, the last final?
Yes, I did it.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, girls. I would like to share with you an important date because, well, on June the 5th, we are going to hold the final of the fifth edition of the ASTI Robotic Challenge. In previous editions, you were invited to join us, but this year we have preferred to invite you to assist, but to the virtual event. Well, I know it's a bit sad and a pity that you won't be able to be there present in the museum, but we prefer that you keep safe and that you all keep well and healthy, and that you won't run any risk and be perfect to spend a joyful summer. So we hope we will send you a bit later the link to join us virtually, and we hope to receive all your impressions, all your comments on time, because you will have the chance to send us all your messages and support and cheers to the different teams that will be there with the different challenges, and we hope that we will be able to meet presently for the next year. But this year we will be checking the list virtually to see that you all have been present in this final. So remember, June the 5th, 10:30. That's the time.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you very much. So, well, we'll share the link for you who wants to attend virtually to the event. And now it's the time for questions. If you can questions, you can write it on the chat. In English, if you want to practice your English. If you don't feel comfortable in English, you can write it in Spanish and then we can translate them. I think we have one. Why are there so few women in robotics? Well, what do you think? Who wants to answer? Lorena, Jimena, Enia, Petra, any of you?
Yeah, Lorena speaking. Well, I think that the problem is that we don't have many people that they are like mentors, or I think that girls didn't know or doesn't know at the moment that what really they can do in the future. I mean, when I was studying some years ago, anybody told me about how we can do with computer science or something like this. But I think that with STEAM Talent or another kind of programs, you can see how will be your future as a woman in a job. So I think that this is the sorry, because I want to turn on the camera. Sorry, sorry. I think that this is really important to see what it will be the future, because it's not. I mean, it's not only studying a career; it's to see what are the future for this kind of thing. Because I think that many people that don't know the different career paths that they can obtain. I think that this is the problem, and I think that maybe some of them can think that this is something difficult, and it's not difficult. I mean, if you really feel passionate about technology, or in my case, programming, that's not difficult. So I think that the problem is that we don't have many mentors or people that we can see in advance. I think so.
Right. So, well, I think, well, if you want to write something, you can write on the chat. Well, also you can give your opinion about why do you think there are so few women in robotics on the chat. Well, it's close 6 o'clock, which is the time we will finish the session. I don't know, it's your turn. If you want to ask something for any of them, or you have any doubt, you can do it right now, or if not, well, we can finish for today. Well, as it seems that there's no more questions by the moment. Okay, well, we have one. They are asking, Petra, where are you from? Petra, are you there?
I'm from Berlin.
Yeah, from Berlin.
From Germany.
Okay. Well, Claudia is saying also thanks for all ASTI team. Thank you too for today's sessions, which I really enjoy, especially for everything you have done for us, including a STEM talent program, dedicating your time for finding out our science talents and skills, and for everything you do for young people to involve in science, technology, like the ASTI Challenge, in which I participated. Oh, and did you like it? And also for showing us your latest technology through your social media. I love seeing your new post. For everything, thank you very much. Oh, thank you for the comment, Claudia. Well, also, what do I need to participate in ASTI Robotics Challenge? Carmen, I think this is for you, right?
I think so. First of all, thank you very much, Claudia, for all the support, and it's a pleasure to count with people as you. Regarding Rebecca's question, what do I need to participate in Robotic Challenge? Very little. You only need to love robotics, or at least to want to learn from robotics, to create a team. You can be a team by yourself, Rebecca, but it's better if you can join somebody else, because because of the fun. It's better to interchange different comments and ideas with more people. The minimum for setting a team is just one person. In September, we open the registrations. It's free of charge, so you don't have any money excuse. Once you create your team and you get your registration, you have to record a brief video and send it to us, introducing your team and how you are going to pass as many challenges as you can. And then if you are able to get through all the different challenges, well, you will get the final prize and you will be the winner. How does it sound? Ready?
Marina said, do you need any previous knowledge?
Well, if you don't have any previous knowledge, you will need somebody with that knowledge, or at least with good advices, because you know that on the internet there are many information regarding robotics. You can find different websites where you can learn to program Arduino or other Python or different programs. So pretty sure that you will be able to do it on your own. I'm afraid that if you are pretty young, as I think you are, Marina, you need to ask for some help to one teacher. Ask in your school to your favorite teacher. I'm pretty sure they will be pretty active and they will join to the challenge. And there will be kind of a tutor, a supervisor, that will share all the advices and help you to program or to do the different challenges. Pretty sure that you will be able to find a cool teacher to be your tutor.
Well, there are many people here who are very willing to participate, so you are recruiting for next year already, Carmen.
And now we will have to send them all the information regarding challenge.
Well, you are writing here. Thank you so much. Alexandra, thank you too. Thank you very much for the presentation. Thank you, Nerea. Estela, thank you too. Luna, thank you. Well, we can make just a last intervention if you want to say some last words or something to the girls, and then we can finish the session. Who wants to start? Lorena, Jimena, Petra, Enia, can you put the cameras on and say something just to finish the session?
Okay, I will start myself. Thank you very much for inviting us, and thank you very much to all of you to hear us during one complete hour, because maybe it was a little bit boring, hopefully not. And well, if you just have any questions, as Daphne said, feel free to ask. Asking is the best way to arrive to Rome. So nice to meet you all, and wish you very luck to your exams that I think you have right now. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, anyone else?
Yeah, as Jimena said, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, girl. Really good luck with the exams, and maybe you are really welcome in the future in ASTI Mobile Robotics, as it doesn't matter be that information engineer, commercial engineer, sales engineer, doesn't matter. So I think that if you really want to have a really have a good time and a lovely job, ASTI Mobile Robotics in the future will be an option for you.
Yes, yes, we need a lot of people, so you need...
Yeah, we need a lot of people, and especially girls, human, and something else. Okay, thank you so much.
That is. Thank you, Lorena. And last, Enia, Petra, can you say something, please?
Yeah, thank you from us too for organizing this and participating. Thank you to the girls, and yeah, we many greetings from us in Germany. And we wish you all a nice evening, and yeah, continue with your dreams.
Thank you. Thank you very much to all of you, to the speakers, and to all of you girls to spend this afternoon with us. We hope you like it, you enjoy it, you learned a lot, and if you need anything from our side, ASTI is open for you. And well, good luck for those of you who has exam right now. And that's all. Thank you very much for everything, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye-bye.